Gamer Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be almost to the point of Ruth.
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios in downtown Milwaukee at the 3rd Street Market Hall.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tosh.
It's Wilde and Touch, isn't it?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Friday edition. An interesting opinion from Mina Kimes that caught all of our attention. Speaking of interesting opinions, I don't know if in our conversation with Joe Thomas, everyone on the panel caught how high his praise was for Jordan Morgan. And I'm wrestling with what I should do with that information because it was enthusiastic and extremely positive, even though he did say that they were, during the practice he was watching, blocking managers holding bags edition. And the Friday before Memorial Day weekend, it's a long weekend ahead, and then it'll be a shorter week without Jesse Nelson, who's going on vacation edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing ESPN Wisconsin app, which is free, 1. 2, customizable, so you can move the little Wilde and Tausch icon into the pole position. And 3, can be found both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios for the final time before his trip and from his undisclosed location. He's had a really good week. Not that he doesn't have good weeks every week, but I think this has been a great week. Not talking to you.
Oh.
It is the Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Jesse, a quick question from a programming standpoint. We did the tour last year, remember? We did all these...
Wilde and Tausch summer tour. No. Yeah, summer tour.
Yeah, because Jason just mentioned I've been on the road a bunch. I'll be on the road again a bunch next week.
On the road again.
We got a couple of remotes and some other things. Why are we not doing that this year?
We are...
Is it because you're on vacation?
I think some of, well, no, I think so.
We just haven't created a graphic.
I would say this. There are a lot of, and some of our fans are aware of this as they've been reached out to in recent days. There are a lot of plans.
Trading.
There are a lot of
alert.
There are a lot of plans underway for the celebration of our 10th anniversary, which will really ramp up when I return from my vacation on June 1st. So that'll be the day that we really kick off our celebration of our 10 years of shows here on Wilde and Tausch.
Okay.
8 of them have been better than the other 2 because I've been around for them, but all 10 have been pretty good in their own way.
Can't help himself. It's really kind of amazing when you think about it.
So I'd say while last year the summer tour was a bunch of fun, we will still have stops where we'll be out like at the AmFam Championship and other golf outings and events. But the 10th anniversary celebration is where we're putting a lot of eggs in that basket for a big to-do starting June 1st. Does that answer your question?
It does. It was a great answer. So thank you, Jesse.
Would you also like us to promote that Tausch is on site with a doctor's appointment? So make sure you join us for, come on out and say hi. That doesn't seem like what we're going for.
No,
Tausch's summer injection tour.
I was saying we were down at Hard Rock. We're going to be out at the UW golf outing next Friday. I'm going to be down Yeah. So yeah, it just okay.
Here's Tausch from a
not what I
closet
was-
of some office building where he's doing something this afternoon.
Kind of looks like a bus. It's a long, narrow office.
Summer tour 2026.
So we were at Hard Rock. Was that earlier this week? That was this week, right?
Yeah, it was
That feels
Monday.
like forever
Long
ago,
week.
doesn't it?
It
Long
does.
week.
And then we'll be out at the AmFam soon. And then, as you mentioned, I am trying to make sure that I can join you on site for the Legends golf tournament at University Ridge. So I'm hoping that works with my schedule as well. We got a few things going on, but that would be great if I could join you guys. Well, wait a minute, Jesse, you won't be there.
Nope. I will not be there.
Wow. All we're really missing is a graphic. And Jesse has his little friend who
I could
does some
draw
of his
one for
musical
you.
work that could put one together. Tausch, is there anywhere else you'd like to go that we don't have on our itinerary because of our big anniversary?
No, I was
that's
just
upcoming?
thinking it's a lot, and that's why I was just curious. But Jesse's right. We do have a lot of fun, cool stuff planned for the summer, and I think when the Great Gel returns in a week is when we'll probably be making some of those
Ramping up.
announcements, which will be fun. Yeah. ramping it
So speaking of plans, what are your Memorial Day weekend plans? We do not have a show
up.
on Monday.
A lot of softball. We're down in an area that I think Dodgeville is considered driftless, right? Isn't that part of the driftless area?
It's teetering on driftless. That's
Semi.
But I know this.
Edge of
We've been in
driftless.
this tournament now. We've been in this tournament a few years, and as I always tell you, when you go on trips or vacations and or softball, this is the best concessions that I've been to.
And food makes a trip.
The
we
food
hear-
makes this, especially in a softball, long day of softball. They have a pork chop sandwich. And, again, I don't know if they're going to continue doing this, but they have in the past. And I don't even know if I can say this out loud, but I believe this place
You're about
also
to.
I'm not going to go there. There's also adult beverages at this.
I've
I'll just leave
never
it at
heard
that. So-
anyone in the history of youth sports say that this concession stand has an outstanding pork chop sandwich. Like, hey, they got great
does.
hot dogs, or hey, their nachos are fresh, or whatever. Wow, this sounds
typically-
high end.
Yeah, no, this, and again, I think last year I think maybe Max, now that Max is in high school, his tournaments are later. So I think maybe I missed one, but I've been to this tournament at least 2 other times, and it's always been known great pork chop sandwich. So I will report back. That's the gist of what I'm going to play a little golf, and then hopefully be playing till late on Sunday if our team does what we hope it'll do. So that's what I'll be doing.
Chris in the YouTube comments, how's their ice cream? Does that measure
I mean,
up?
this isn't a business, I don't think, but
sounds
yeah,
like it should be.
it's always been. Yeah, they probably should. I'm sure they maybe do have ice cream. I guess I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, their pork chop sandwich top notch.
Jesse, what are your plans?
I got some friends coming up this weekend. Have you ever been to Bratfest in Madison? I've never been in all the years that I've lived here, and I'm thinking we might try to get the squad to head over there, but I'm not sure if it's like a worthwhile.
Is that like
Fun.
dollar brats that you get to see how many you can eat?
I don't know.
No, it's a big festival. Like, it's a whole. There's music. You've never been to it at all. I've been to it like twice. I worked there.
I've
once.
never been there either.
We always go up
It's-
north on Memorial Day weekend, so I'm never around Madison this weekend. It's a rare situation where Becca's gone for the weekend, so I got some friends coming up. We might get some golf in, but we were looking for something else to do, and Bratfest is near the top of the list. I just don't know if it's like, what all the rage is as I see it promoted everywhere. So I wanted to see if it was worthwhile.
I think it's a big deal. So if you've got buddies coming into town, it might be a fun thing to do. And if you like music, there are the band.
Do they sell
Great-
ice cream? Just wait a second. Do they sell ice cream?
I would assume.
Yes, they do. They have ice cream along with the brats. Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
But it feels to me like something you do, not necessarily. I'm not bringing up the various companies that are involved with it. I'm just
I was going to say I know that I've heard them on other stations, and I just was curious.
Well,
so.
I know they have celebrity.
Make sure they're selling ice cream.
They have celebrity cashiers, and the Dean Dennis Semrau from our Prep Mania coverage.
I did that once.
Has been. You've done it. Dennis is the. I've never been asked to be a celebrity cashier, so I'm a little upset with Bratfest for.
Well, maybe if you attend this year, they'll invite you back next year as a celebrity cashier.
Be nice.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think I'm a celebrity.
And how would they bill you as a celebrity? The man who once wanted Pat Murphy fired, Jesse Nelson of ESPN Wisconsin.
Seems unnecessary. I mean, are you introduced by your worst take of all time also whenever you go anywhere?
I believe, excuse me, point of order, I believe you have repeatedly said that it was not a take.
Fair. All right. Hey.
I think you guys should go. I think you'll have fun.
So when I read you our intro to the show, I'll say, hey, that guy that really botched that question for Matt LaFleur in his first appearance on the show, Jason
that was
Wilde.
Bad. There's no doubt about it. There was very little opinion in there, though. Be that as it may, Jesse and his boys will be doing whatever they're going to be doing this weekend, and then he's going to head on his trip, which we will talk about during Whoa Nelly. Tausch, I want to have plenty of time for this because there were two interesting takes, unlike Jesse's, which was not a take, I'm told. One from Joe Thomas on this show, talking about Jordan Morgan, and one from Mina Kimes talking about Jordan Love. So two Jordan takes from two different folks. I want to get to the Mina Kimes one.
I haven't looked at the show sheet yet, Jell, but I'm also thinking I thought what Leroy Butler, he had a lot of really, he stayed with us for a while. We appreciated his time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought his stuff on the Bears was even better than my stuff on the Bears from a couple weeks prior.
Well,
just in the intensity, the rivalry, and, Leroy is up there. He's up in Green Bay a bunch. Just to get that vibe, I think there's going to be a noticeable shift. When you listen to what Leroy had to say throughout our interview with him, I think everybody up there understands that intensity gap was real, and we can't have that again. What was the quote that you clipped, Jesse? It was, they play for keeps, we play for a promise, or it was something. I just thought I thought Leroy put it out there pretty well and let everybody know that gap of intensity – not where it needs to be on Green Bay's end.
We can play the Leroy Butler clip coming up a little bit later in the show if that's what you would like to discuss. I think it would be worth our while.
Don't put on patronized voice, guy. I know you're taking a break. I'm not interested in your patronizing. That was patronized. Go to your Boston accent, the patronized accent.
No patronizing.
Let's do neither.
Would have been nice to know you wanted to talk about that before the show, but not patronizing.
So it's more irritating.
Not an inconvenience to get it ready in the middle of everything else we got going on here.
Inconvenienced voice.
Not a problem at all, Mr. Tauscher, coming right up.
What a big inconveniencer.
Well, there is nothing inconvenient about switching out your windows with the best in the business, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And if you've been putting off replacing your windows and or doors, now is the time because Pella of Wisconsin's offering a bunch of different zero-interest financing options for you. That's right, 0% interest in Wisconsin. Your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors, they can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home and within your budget, all with zero-interest options available. You can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
We will get to either Joe Thomas, Leroy Butler, or Mina Kimes. We'll all find out together next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. You'll be surprised at how much you'll get for your trade at the Cunis Trade-Up event, happening now at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. That's right. Any make, any model, any condition. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus and take advantage of great new vehicle specials from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Looking for value? Shop over 3,000 pre-owned vehicles group-wide with models for every lifestyle and payments for every budget. Plus, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. The Cunis Trade-Up event is happening now. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. For a limited time only. Find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
Buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction. It's one of life's biggest decisions.
That's why clarity, trust, and the right guidance matter, especially in an ever-changing market.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
I'm John Lorenz.
And I'm Taylor Mangini. Our team delivers a white glove experience at every price point, combining expert negotiation, local insight, and genuine care.
Get started today with a team you can trust at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there...
And I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's Miraculous No Small Print Warranty yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
We'll give Jesse a little bit of time to get Leroy Butler clipped, and I'm not sure we have Joe Thomas even clipped, do we? From yesterday?
Oh, yeah, they're all ready to go. Yeah.
Somebody do that for you?
No. Guys, I've been up since 2:30 this morning.
What?
My sleep schedule is jacked up.
Why have you been up since 2:30?
I don't know. Well, I fell asleep at like 8 o'clock last night.
And Becca is gone already?
She left this morning for her portion of the road trip that I'm flying out to meet her on.
So she was still home and you fell asleep at 8 p.m. and woke up at 2:30?
She always falls asleep at like 8 o'clock. That's like her bedtime. And then I'm usually up another couple hours after that. But in this case, last night, I just crashed on the couch watching a movie with her.
Do you think there's an older 30-year-old couple in the world than you two? Like, you guys go. Do you guys do a lot of blue hair like lunches and stuff where you're out at 4?
Do you think if you went back to Hard Rock Casino
love
Rockford,
going to
you could
an
get
early
half off
dinner
your lunch?
too? I want to go early for dinner too. I don't like eating past 6. Like, I prefer eating before then too. So I'm not trying to shade you. You're a young guy.
I would
young
say
family, young wife, and you guys are
young dog.
Like you're 55, 60 years old.
She did get
old dog.
She did get irritated with me when I was mowing the lawn a week or two ago, and she was frustrated that we were going to be eating dinner after 6:30. She said that's getting to be too late. And I said, well, people eat dinner after 6:30. It's not like an irrational thing. Mowing the lawn and then we're going to eat dinner.
Not if you go to bed at 7. Not if you go to bed at 7 o'clock.
But I said, yeah. Anyway, we fell asleep early, and then I was up at 2 because I usually get like 6.5 hours. That's about average for me. And I woke up and I was just ready to go at 2:30. So I did a bunch of stuff all morning long waiting, and then we went to breakfast this morning. She went on her merry way, and here I am.
So you're telling me you got up at 2:30 and you started knocking out clips and doing? That's what you're telling me you did? And then I asked for Leroy Butler's clip, and you act like I was having you invent the next SpaceX. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Okay, first of all, yes, that is what I did when I woke up this morning.
Defend your life, Jesse Nelson.
It's not worth it. It's just the amount of actual work that goes into making this show be what it is 10 years in, and you have no idea what it actually all entails. It baffles me some days.
Oh,
but
I have a pretty good idea.
That's where we're at.
I got a pretty good idea.
I was up cutting clips of Joe Thomas and Leroy Butler and everybody else at 3 a.m. today, and I haven't slept since. Yeah, I'm on like 4 cups of coffee. That's where I'm at today.
Okay.
All right, let's hear that Leroy Butler clip.
No, I don't have that one ready yet. Let's do
I thought it was done at 3 a.m.
Exactly.
I thought it got done.
I ain't uploaded yet. You didn't say you wanted. That's another year.
Oh.
I had all this extra time to get things ready. If you would have said
uploaded.
one thing out of the show, I would have known to have it ready.
So it's clipped. It's not uploaded.
Yeah. There's a process here.
Okay.
Again, no understanding of how this works.
So, Jesse, considering you've been working for the last 7 hours on all of this, what clip do you have uploaded that you'd like to play?
Well, thanks for asking, Jason. Mina Kimes on the Mina Kimes podcast featuring Lenny. That's the name of her dog. She talked about Jordan Love, and this clip has gotten some attention from Packers fans, some of our other shows after it surfaced yesterday afternoon. So without further ado, here is what Mina Kimes said about Jordan Love.
I find the discourse around Jordan Love to be like the dumbest in the NFL right now. It's so odd to me that people won't acknowledge how good he's been, that he's clearly a top 10 quarterback in this league. The scheme is good. Guys are open, but it stings because of Love's aggressiveness to push and ability to push the ball downfield, to throw over the middle of the field, to throw guys open. I think he is incredibly accurate. Yet he's got this weird reputation as like irresponsible, erratic gunslinger that is absolutely not consistent with the quarterback I saw.
There she is.
All right, couple things. I know Mina really thinks very highly of Jordan Love. I know that for certain. I know Mina does the work. She is great at what she does. So when she says something like this, it perks my ears. I guess my response is, I don't know anybody who thinks Jordan Love stinks. I don't know anybody who views him as a
Shiner.
Shino.
Well, yeah, Shine on sports.
Shine on sports. Yeah. But I don't because we crowned him prematurely, and maybe there's been some pulling back on how intense the praise was of him. I don't know anybody that other than Shine who doesn't think he's a good quarterback. And if he's top 10 or top 11, like, again, she used some metrics, I know, later in that clip where she talks about DVOA and all the other stuff, and that's all great. I don't think he's, like, I don't think anybody thinks he's a gunslinger. Like, he's had a few throws in previous years. I don't think you look at last year.
Here's the deal. No, because he wore the Favre jersey in the new underground parking, and he, 2 years ago, was loose with the football.
2 years ago, in his first year as the starter.
Whatever it was. So to sit and act like that's revisionist history.
3 years ago.
Is he a gunslinger? No.
No.
But he had, on this show, Jason Wilde said he's more Favre than he is Rodgers. I remember you saying
that. I still stand by that. Yes, that was a while ago too, but yes.
So, and Brett was talking about Frank Caliendo at this event Wednesday. Was talking about the gunslinger, and Brett was a gunslinger. He is nothing of that ilk. But there was a stretch where I thought that Jordan was careless with the football. And some of that was just trying to make a play. But last year, and this is what I've been saying all offseason, he took a big jump, in my opinion, last year. Now, he didn't throw all the touchdowns, but he also didn't have as many bad turnovers,
right,
as he's had in the past. And those turnovers, they got our blanks beat. The pick before, I think it was the Rams game, the pick in that home game against Detroit right before the half. Like, those things are also a part of the Jordan Love experience so far. So Jordan has gotten a lot better, and I think most ball-knowing people that do this would tell you that Jordan Love is a top 10 quarterback. I think anybody that's not putting him in the top 10 has ulterior motives as far as what they're looking at. That's how I would look at this.
Now, Jim, and
he's top 10. He ain't top 5. Just for the record, in my opinion, as we sit here today.
That's exactly what I was just. So in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube, it's titled "Jordan Love Clear Top 10 QB," and Jim was the first to comment today. He said you need to change 10 to 5. I'm not. I believe Jordan Love is a good quarterback. I am not willing to put him in the top 5 as of now. I would put Matthew Stafford ahead of him. I would put Josh Allen ahead of him.
Dak Prescott's ahead of him.
Yeah, and lots of people don't think very highly of Dak Prescott, right? They always kind of downgrade him. There's Lamar Jackson's ahead of him. But that doesn't mean that he's...
Lamar Jackson wasn't very good last year. He wasn't. He wasn't very good last year. Now, I'm going off of last year. I would understand that
it's solely... So body of work does not... Like, I
where are
wouldn't
you
put Aaron
at right
Rodgers...
now? Yeah, I don't care what you've done for 4 years. Where are you at right now?
Well, I would say recently past, not just last year, vis-a-vis... Aaron Rodgers...
You know this. This league comes at you quick, brother.
You're either getting better or you're getting worse.
And Jordan Love got a lot better last year. Lamar Jackson didn't. And he got hurt, I get it. But last year was a down year for him. Got his coach fired. Didn't make the playoffs. Like, we can say, Aaron Rodgers in 2014 was the best quarterback in the league. What are we going to go back to that?
Okay, so Patrick Mahomes had a down year.
Aaron in 2020, 6 years ago, Rodgers was the best quarterback in the league. So he should be ahead of Jordan Love right now? Nah.
No one's going back 6 years. But
going back 2 years.
Okay. Patrick Mahomes had a down year last year before he got hurt. Are you putting Jordan Love ahead of Patrick Mahomes then?
No, he blew his knee out.
Right, but Jordan Love threw more touchdowns and fewer interceptions and had a higher passer rating than Patrick Mahomes. So at least in some way you're using his recent history, not just last season,
to decide
whether or not he's better.
The gap closed. Mahomes had a down year last year, so his history and what he's done, Lamar Jackson would still be ahead of Jordan Love, but I'm not saying it's the hugest gap
Okay,
Like, that gap is tight.
I'm fine with that. I agree with you there. But when I said that, you went, and I didn't know what you were saying.
Well, that's because it's not as lock stock as I think you think. That's all. For me, anyways.
I think as of right now, I would say we can put – we've already mentioned 4 players. Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes, who, by the way, are the last 4 winners of the NFL MVP after Rodgers won it in 2020 and 2021. If you want to say that at 42 years old you believe that Aaron Rodgers is better than Jordan Love, you are free to say that. I'm not ready. I'm not willing to say that. I don't know what he's going to be this year. I don't know if he's going to have that Brett Favre 2007, 2009 type turn back the clock year. I know the dude played with a broken left wrist and missed 1 game. I know there were lots of limitations in Pittsburgh, so I don't know if you dropped Aaron Rodgers back into the Packers offense with what he would have this season, if he would fare better than Jordan Love, but I would say no. That's where I think Jordan Love is at. So this is not Jordan Love slander here, but I'm not putting him in the top 5. I have no problem putting him in the top 10. I have no problem putting him ahead of the guys that he's always mentioned with, right? Is he better than Justin Herbert right now? I would say yes. Wouldn't you?
I would.
Jalen Hurts.
Definitely.
Tua, we don't.
Tua?
No.
I was going through the guys.
No.
Oh, I was going to say,
stop.
come on now.
Stop. I'm going through the guys that got the contract. Yeah, but first of all, I didn't realize that Jesse was going to give the with Jalen Hurts, so I wanted to back up.
Jalen Hurts was the best player on the field for 2 Super Bowls. Like, I don't think we should just discount him.
I don't disagree, but who would you rather have today?
Oh, I'm discounting him. Yeah, I'm going to discount him.
And
Jalen Hurts is a winner. Jalen Hurts is a good player, but I always look at it this way. Would Philadelphia trade Jalen Hurts for Jordan Love right now? And the answer would be yes. They would. Green Bay would not trade Jordan Love for Jalen Hurts. He would.
I would agree with both those statements. The reason I was saying Tua's name was Tua and Trevor Lawrence also got paid at the same time that Jordan Love did, right? And they're all in that kind of $50-ish million range when they got paid. Tua's now with a different team. Such a colossal disappointment he was after they extended him and didn't really want to. Do you think the Packers regret extending Jordan Love at the number he's at? Nope. I do not. Do I think that they will have a little bit of a challenge if he doesn't elevate in the next 2 years on how much they are willing to pay him again when his next contract is due? I do think that's a possibility. I'm not saying it's a probability. I think it's a possibility.
I think if Jordan Love stays where he was last year, the Packers will be more than happy to keep paying him market rate. That's what I think.
Even if it's $70 million a year.
That's life in the NFL. Welcome to the big leagues, boys.
I'll be curious to see if it comes to that. Is Mina talking about like fan bases elsewhere? And also Ben Bruss texting in and mentioning we probably need to consider including Joe Burrow in our list ahead of Jordan.
Yeah,
Love.
Burrow's ahead of. Yeah, well, I said he's not top 5. I'm not going to go through a whole list of everything.
Well, I think it's instructive to try and kind of pinpoint where he is, because who are the folks that think he's like 15th to 18th? And are those the folks that she's talking to from fan bases that obviously either don't like the Packers or don't watch him?
This is, Jason, you know the deal here. It's been this way all year. It really comes down to, do you think Caleb Williams should be ahead? That's what this whole conversation was. That's what. And
if you're a Bears
fan, Caleb
fan,
Williams in no way, shape, or form is ahead of Jordan Love right now. He's not. I know they beat us twice. I understand all that. Look at the stat lines from those games. Look at the completion percentage. Caleb Williams, give him credit. They hung in there. He made a couple of big boy plays, and I applaud him for that. But on the whole, let's just be serious about it. Real analysts that are looking at this are not going to say that. They're not. That doesn't mean it can't happen, and Caleb could become more consistent, but You're talking about what's the difference in completion percentage? It's 10 points. That's enormous in this league. You know that. Jared Goff is an interesting conversation. I think Goff probably on a I would take Jordan Love over him, but I don't have a problem if you want to say Goff. I do have a problem if you say Caleb Williams at this point in his career, because it's just not.
I agree with everything you said there. I do think Jared Goff sure gets a lot of...
Brock Purdy ahead of him? Not for me, but for some folks, they do.
It's Trevor Lawrence?
Not me. Yeah, it's a tough one.
I wouldn't say that I watch a lot of Trevor Lawrence, but he does seem to have found something with his head coach, Duval. So we'll see. Look, I would say, and I don't want to speak for Mina, but I think she would also, and maybe she said it in the clip that Jesse cut at 2 a.m., it's still a crucial year for him. And it's still a crucial year for Jordan Love to elevate to a... No, I thought we confirmed that it wasn't that. But it is, if he's going to become a top 5 quarterback, which we have just agreed he is not at this point, even though you considered a wager on him being the NFL MVP this season, but you'd like to wait for better odds, he does have to elevate his game. And a fairly meaningful amount. Not a major amount, but a tangible amount. And we'll see if he does that.
What does he need? So, Jason, what does he need to, and I know you got to go to break, what does he need to elevate? What's the biggest thing he needs to elevate?
So I think there's a couple things. I think one of them, and look, if they're not in fourth quarter.
Tease it out.
That's rich.
What do you mean that's rich? You're sitting here in my ear saying, get to break.
He's getting ready
I throw
to tease
something
it
out and I say, I tried to subliminally go, tease it out, so we could
I know
tease
you
it
got to
out.
get to break. Like, you're not part of the show. I know you got to get to break, but let me ask you this question. And then, you should do this to get us to the next segment.
Hey, Jason gets irritated when I tease out. And I don't know what the read is. If he's got a pot, or if he's got something he's got to read out. So that's why I was trying to be subliminal about it.
We had a great time at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, and Tausch is going to tell you how much we loved our visit, and then I'm going to tell you the areas where Jordan Love can improve.
No, it's a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. It takes about a little less than an hour from the Madison area, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and most frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. Join the Hard Rock Casino Rockford this month for the Triple Rev Harley giveaway. It's your chance to win a 2026 Harley-Davidson Lowrider motorcycle featuring rip-ready suspension, a heavy breather intake, and a performance-tuned 2-in-1 exhaust. This exceptional machine delivers refined power, sharper handling, and unmistakable Harley-Davidson craftsmanship. Earn entries now through May 24th with grand prizes given away at 9 p.m. on Friday, May 22nd, which is tonight, Saturday, May 23rd, and Sunday, May 24th. Official rules are at casino.hardrock.com. Again, that's casino.hardrock.com and on site at the Players Club. Play, dine, and shop. Enjoy live shows and, of course, that great sports book that Jesse and I are going to make a bunch of money at. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Steinhaffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free Premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhaffel's.
Sushi is more than a meal. It's an art form, and now you're invited to create it. St. Kate the Arts Hotel presents Studio Sessions, The Art of the Roll, an intimate, hands-on evening inside the studio kitchen and cocktails where guests are welcome with a complimentary cocktail, wine, beer, or sake, then guided through crafting 3 stunning sushi rolls from the very first fold to the final cut. This is culinary artistry made personal. Reserve your evening at stkatearts.com.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated. By drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs, and if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Jordan Love is a top 10 quarterback. I think we on the panel agree on that. We're not putting him in the top 5. I don't know if it sounds to me like Mina Kimes thinks he's not just top 10, he's top 5. I would welcome that discussion and have her.
Well, what did Lenny say? What did Lenny have to say?
I don't know, Jesse. You clipped Lenny's take. What did he say?
Woof.
Nice.
Good
Well
one.
done.
Good one,
That's
Lenny.
very well played.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
So Tausch teased this as a topic.
No, I just want to know from Jason Wilde, who's covered this team for 31 years. I thought Jordan Love made some really good improvements. I appreciated the way he kind of went about his business. He cleaned up a lot of stuff. I thought his command of the offense was really good. I was worried about his completion percentage, just like if I'm a Bears fan, I'd be worried about Caleb Williams. He's cleaned that up. His numbers continue to get better and better. You said that he has a long way to go, or at least a lot of things he needs to get much better at. What are they?
Yeah, I think, and the question is not he has to get much better to be a good quarterback. He already is. I think to be the third in the lineage of the Favre to Rodgers rite of passage, if you will, I think, first of all, he has 8 career fourth quarter comebacks, according to Pro Football Reference. So there's got to be some games where he does that, right? Where he goes out and he goes and wins the game for them. I look back on last season, and if you think about games where you feel like, hey, they won because he was really good, I think of Pittsburgh, right? I mean, he was great in Pittsburgh, and that was the one game that he had both Tucker Kraft and Christian Watson. So if you're going to argue that you think he can have an MVP season, if he has both those guys at his disposal, the evidence would point to he could definitely have that kind of a season if he has those guys all year. I do think, and this is a little more of a issue in terms of it's hard to know exactly what a player is dealing with injury-wise, but I think Jordan would say that one of his challenges is to certainly be able to play at a very high level when he's not 100% healthy. And he struggled with that during 2024. He will tell you that his injuries affected him, and that's not an excuse like, oh, well, that's why I didn't play. No, it's a reason. But also the reality is that when you play that position, the expectations are that if you're out there, you're going to play at a high level. And I thought last year when he was, would you agree, mostly healthy, he played at a much higher level than he did for much of 2024 when he was dealing with injuries. So we don't know what this season's going to look like, but if he gets dinged up in week 2 or week 3, can he still play at a really high level? And then the other thing, and it's again, like in Pittsburgh, he completed almost 80% of his passes for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns. In the Thanksgiving game in Detroit, he was 18 of 30 for 234 with 4 touchdowns. I did an event yesterday with Corey Lindsley, Brian Balaga, and David Bakhtiari for CASA of Brown County, and I surprised those guys by inviting David. And they all talked about Aaron for a while. And what they kept going back to, and obviously, Tausch, you played with him, was how demanding he was and how they understood it and accepted it. It wasn't always easy to deal with. And I find myself wondering, as someone who really I prefer the way Jordan goes about his business with people. But again, I'm not an NFL player. You were. I think there's something about it's his opportunity now to really, really get after guys in his own way, right? Because there were some things last year, you're here, and this is not a statistical category, but, and you said this back when we first heard it from Matt LaFleur, if there were guys unhappy with their roles, the 2 quarterbacks you played with would have snuffed that out, right? I want to see, when Matt LaFleur was asked after the previous season where Jordan needs to improve, he said his leadership and take another step in his leadership. I don't want to say that the next thing for him is also to become more of a hard ass, but is that something that when I heard it from Brian and from Corey and from David yesterday, I found myself thinking, is that one of the missing ingredients to get the offense from good to great and get him from good to great? Would you say that that's a reasonable thing to wonder?
You were talking about, you got a little bit irritated with me when I was saying that I wanted a little more passion when he was talking about the Bears and, whenever that interview was, February or March. And then when the disgruntled comments came out when Matt LaFleur openly and just, I don't remember where that was, at the Combine or wherever it was that he did that, I just thought it was really interesting they did that. And my point to you and everybody else was wide receiver rooms are hard. There's a lot of egos. There's a lot of, I'm not getting the touches that I want. I'm not getting the targets I want. I got to get my money. All of the things that you just imagine are going to be in play, they are in play. And we had rooms that were complicated. There were unhappy players, but you didn't know about it, or at least you didn't know all about it. You didn't see it because the quarterback needs to run the roost there. The quarterback needs to take control of that. Now, the receiver, if Christian Watson elevates, and by all accounts he's been a really good leader, back to the Romeo Doubs deal and everything else, I've been really impressed with how he's carried himself. But quarterbacks need to take a hold of that room and say, you get open, you're going to get the ball. This is what we need from you. We're not interested in you complaining and pouting about it. And I think Jordan Love now, especially with the roles kind of being more defined,
yep,
I would love to see Jordan. I don't need him to be Aaron Rodgers where he's yelling and barking. But if a guy doesn't run the right route or he's not where he's supposed to be, there's an urgency that needs to be demanded of. And Rodgers, as he got older, and I tell the story all the time, in 2010, you were playing the Eagles early in the year. Cliffy and I had given up some pressures, and he got after both of us. And he's right to do that. Now, if I want to get after him about getting rid of the ball on time and everything else, I can do that. That's a complicated relationship, but a quarterback needs to have control and needs to have the respect, and when he needs to, and I know Jordan is not Johnny Vocal yet. Maybe he'll find that. Maybe this is just how it's going to be. My guess is for most players, you gain that confidence by having success, and people look to you to lead them. And I do think the leadership standpoint, I think Jordan, again, I kind of went back to one of the things I just said about command and understanding, and the coaches trusting him. They do. Mm-hmm. You see it.
Agreed. Yep.
Now you have to instill that and demand the excellence that it takes. And right now Jordan is still going through, what is it going to take to win that Bears game? 1 or 2 first downs in that third quarter? Probably, and you go down to get points? That might be what it takes to blunt that momentum. You can't go 3 and out 3 times. You have to find a way with your feet or a throw. You got to make a play. Those are the things that need to elevate, and that's what elevates and brings that to your group.
Even with poor protection in the third quarter, which we all agree was a problem.
There's stuff. Listen, man, no doubt there. You have to. That's what you. I don't know who said this quote, if it was you or if it was Molly Brown from Jim, Matt,
we
Molly,
get confused a lot.
But it was. Well, I know Molly's very sensitive about people stealing her quotes.
That's
but
true.
It was the fact that that's a quarterback you win with, not you win because of. And I think that was your quote. And the great quarterbacks you win because they're there. And then there's the teams that will elevate your quarterback. That's the next step, is to be in the Josh Allen and the Patrick Mahomes and the Lamar Jacksons. And, I think we're throwing Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's teams haven't won jack. So there's a difference between a stat-pounding fool where you're just grabbing big stats, and then there's making the winning plays. Matthew Stafford, the year they did the Super Bowl, the no-look, he made a couple of big-time plays that helped him win these critical games. That's the next step. And it isn't always 3rd and 6 to Jennings down the slot, just missing Ryan Clark. Those are big-time plays. But a lot of times it could be, hey, we just gave up 14 points. Our momentum is killing us. I need to make a play on 3rd and 8 if it's with my feet or scrambling out to make it to stop the momentum and get some confidence back in our huddle. Those are the plays that you need to make, and I think that's the next step for Jordan.
We'll continue this conversation after Tausch tells us about UW Credit Union, and I thought I saw a logo on your polo. Do you have a shift as a teller today?
Absolutely. I'm going to go do a little telling. I might play a little golf. And that's the beautiful part about being a member like I am. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals. They have that great mobile app. It offers a simple way to check accounts, make transfers, and more. That is a smart play from the pocket. Join today at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
We'll continue our quarterbacking conversation, but we'll talk a little bit about Matthew Stafford, who is back for another season, or maybe even two, with the Rams, and how he compares to Jordan Love. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The Brew Crew are back on June 2nd.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Francisco Giants.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
Brewers baseball is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in June 2nd at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Clutter piling up? Take a breath. Badgerland Junk is here to help. Based in Milwaukee, they make cleanouts simple, fast, and stress-free. From single-item pickups to full estate cleanouts, their team does the heavy lifting so you don't have to. Homeowners and property managers, this is your solution. Furniture, appliances, yard debris, even commercial cleanouts. They do it all with clear upfront pricing and no hidden fees. Serving Milwaukee and the entire metro area, visit BadgerlandJunk.com. Badgerland Junk, your trusted cleanout experts.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
At Ewald Automotive Group, we don't just see the uniform, we see the people in them. Ewald salutes those who serve and are brave first responders. Thank you for your dedication, sacrifice, and for keeping us safe. As always, service members and their families can benefit from the Ewald Military Advantage Program with special pricing and incentives on every vehicle. And for every new car sold this month, we'll make a donation to local military and first responder charities. Thank you from Ewald Automotive Group.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Well, the Tausch rolls on, and Jesse, you were intrigued by Matthew Stafford's extension. You were you surprised by this?
He's in the $50 million club, and after last season, when there was some speculation he could announce his retirement on stage at the NFL Honors Ceremony at the end of the year, instead he announces he's coming back, and now he's got big money, and they drafted a quarterback, but it sounds like he might stick around even a little bit longer than we might have thought. So
maybe let him sit for 2 years, like the Packers approach.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was relevant relative to the Green Bay Packers.
So here's why I was curious that you included this, because is Jordan Love in a little bit of the same place, not to the same degree, but a little bit of the same place that Matthew Stafford was before he went to L.A., where I think we all agreed he was a good quarterback. I think the Lions went to the playoffs 3 times while he was there. They seemingly did not always have the pieces around him. He certainly played at a high level in much of his career in Detroit, but they went to the playoffs. What was it? It was 14 when there was the increasing level of heartbreak for every NFC team, right? The Lions kind of got jobbed in the Cowboys game, and then the Cowboys had the Dez caught it game in Green Bay. Then the Packers melted down in Seattle, and then Seattle loses the Super Bowl on the Russell Wilson interception at the goal line. That was a pretty good Lions team that he had, but I don't think Matthew Stafford, when he was traded to the Rams, was viewed as a top 5 quarterback. He's a former first overall pick, but now he's obviously hit his stride with a really good team. The Rams have made the playoffs 4 of the 5 years he's been there now. Is he, and he's obviously significantly older than Love, but is he proof that it can still elevate significantly later in your career?
I think if you're a really good quarterback and you have better pieces around you, you're going to be a much better quarterback. And
sure.
You don't I don't think one of the things that I think we're finding, and Sam Darnold kind of showcased this a little bit, is it really helps to have a lot of pieces that make you better. And I think we've always been, and Green Bay this has been Green Bay's way for 30 years, is get the stud quarterback and you'll figure everything else out. Maybe it's get a great team and you'll figure out the quarterback spot. You're seeing a little bit more of that. Now, I am always going to be on the other side of that, where it's get me the stud quarterback and I'll figure everything else out. But it does make you pause when you start looking at the importance of the rookie contract with the quarterback, and when you start looking at what has happened outside of Patrick Mahomes. It's been tough sledding for guys once they get their big boy contract. You are deficient in a few areas, and teams really have kind of leaned on that for the teams that have won. Now, it's easy to say that when you have Mahomes winning so many and then Tom Brady winning them, but it's a lot easier to build a team when you have the Josh Allen, you have the guy that you feel like can elevate you in the big moments. And to Matthew Stafford, he elevated his team in big moments. That's why they won a championship. That's why he's been so successful with the Rams along with Sean McVay. But they've also had they've built up, and when they said blank them picks, they've been able to rebound from that. Mm-hmm. And they've built themselves a really good roster around what he's had to do, and he's had the number 1 receiver. He's built his O-line. and that has helped Matthew Stafford go from being a really nice quarterback to somebody that's going to make the Hall of Fame.
Obviously, he has a Super Bowl ring, which Jordan Love is still striving to get, but I do like the Packers' offense around him and elevating his play in the process. If he has Tucker Kraft, he has Jaden Reed, he has a healthy Josh Jacobs, perhaps running the zone scheme, which we may reference a little bit later in the program. If he has Matthew Golden emerging, and Christian Watson playing an entire season at the level that we saw him play last year, certainly would make any quarterback significantly better. But what about his offensive line? What about his left tackle? Well, there's at least one person that thought very highly. How's this for a tease, Tausch? Is this working for you? That thinks very highly of what he saw from Jordan Morgan while he was up in Green Bay. That's Joe Thomas, who joined us yesterday. We'll hear from him at the top of the 10 o'clock hour after I remind you that if you're looking for a great team and you've been injured in an accident, the best team in town is Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all, 414-276-6666. Yes, David is the icon. You know, he's always got people telling him, hey, one call, that's all. But he's also built an incredible team of lawyers that I've dealt with several of them myself when I've had questions. They got a great team over there at Gruber Law Offices. You can find out more about them by going to the website, gruber-law.com, or just make the call. One call, that's all, 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Steinhaffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free Premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhaffel's.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The Crew take on the Dodgers Friday, May 22nd through Sunday the 24th. Join Boy Band Night on Friday the 22nd, presented by Wintrust. Grab a theme night ticket for a Brew Crew Boys t-shirt and stay for post-game fireworks presented by T-Mobile. Then on Saturday, the first 25,000 fans collect a patriotic Brewers hat. Close it out with Family Sunday fun as the first 5,000 kids 14 and under get a Brewers pennant on the 24th, courtesy of Joy. Grab your seats at brewers.com.
Not every order is a big order, but it still matters. At Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more, there are no minimums. So whether you need 1 shirt or 100, you still get the same personalized service, hands-on design help, and high-quality results. Sometimes it's a small team, a quick idea, or something you just want to get right the first time. It's custom apparel without the pressure. Perfect for your business, event, and team. Big Frog makes it easy to create exactly what you need with a local team ready to help every step of the way. Get started today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
We are the home for all your Brewers coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And it begins with something from yesterday on the Yingling Legends line from a true legend, Joe Thomas. And Jesse was up very early this morning. What time did you clip this, Jesse?
If we're being honest, it was about 4:15 this morning.
Well, we want you to be honest, so thank you.
I woke up at 2:30. I was working on some other stuff between 3 and 4 o'clock, and then I got around to cutting some clips, and the Joe Thomas clip was cut about 4:15 this morning.
Time stamped.
And for the record, someone was getting after me. I'm not complaining that I'm tired. I am not tired. In fact, it feels to me like it's like noon or 1 o'clock, like it normally would be. Like I'm ready to go. Yeah,
that's dinner time, isn't it?
I mean, no, but
he's gonna be having lunch in about 4 minutes.
I am bracing for impact on what this is gonna feel like later today. But for now, I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, we felt pretty good, or we should feel better about our opinion on Jordan Morgan after we listened to what Joe Thomas said. Here is Joe Thomas, the Pro Football Hall of Famer and Hall of Fame beef purveyor, talking about Jordan Morgan and his experience with him when he was up in Green Bay earlier this week.
I will say, Jordan Morgan, he's a great athlete. He's got exceptional footwork. He's powerful. I mean, I was sitting there waiting to give him a bunch of tips about things that I thought he could do a better job of. We watched film that morning, and I said to him, honestly, buddy, there's a couple little things that I would do differently if it was me, but that's more specific to just how I played, and it's not like it's better or worse than what you're doing. And so we talked about a few things in general, but overall, I really was impressed with how he moved, the fastidiousness with which he approached his craft. I thought that everything I saw on the field was just impressive with where he placed his hands. Now, it was on a bag, granted, but I thought that he was just doing a really good job with that footwork, that technique, that hand placement, just the focus that he was playing with, how quick he was moving, getting up to the second level on his combination block. So I'm really hopeful for you guys. I'm not a huge Packer fan. I cheer for them as long as they're not playing against the Brownies. But I think that the offensive line is going to be one of their strengths this year. I think they really run that outside zone really, really well. Obviously, that's the core to what they're doing on offense. And it seems like Josh Jacobs is starting to understand how to run behind these guys with the outside zone. You know, he's typically more of like a power back with the pin pulls and the powers and the crack G's and stuff. But I think the outside zone is going to be something that they're going to be featuring with Josh, and he's going to be pretty comfortable running behind that line this year.
So a lot to unpack there, and I want to circle back.
And I heard that yesterday, and I was kind of thinking, they don't really run outside zone much anymore. And then I remember back that they're stripping things down.
Year one approach.
Rebooting.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe had dinner with Matt LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
He was feeding him that good Wagyu.
He was feeding him information,
you get that
too.
good Wagyu, you get that good info. Like, that's how this works. You throw a little Wagyu at him, and all of a sudden, so what are you thinking about this year with Josh? And, we're going to get back to the basics. We're going to run that outside zone. We're going to be under center a little bit more. So I know we're going to hit the Jordan Morgan comments, but I maybe missed a little bit of that because the Jordan Morgan stuff stood out. And I don't know if that's going to be accurate or not. But one of the things that I have lamented over the last year and a half is those easy play actions in the tough, under center, hard outside zone stretch, reach, whatever you want to call it, that you asked the quarterback to do. I think part of that was his knee was banged up, and they couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then also part of it is that Josh Jacobs likes things done, the duo and the more power pin and pulls, as Joe was saying. So I'm hopeful that maybe Joe spilled a little bit and said, we're going to get back to seeing more outside zone play action, marry up, base, foundational football that Matt LaFleur came to Green Bay with. And maybe we're going to see more of that. And I'm excited if that is indeed the case.
So how much should we discount anything that Joe saw during the practice he was at? Because it wasn't really a practice. He even jokes about how it was against bags, and earlier in the conversation he mentions that they weren't going against the defense. They were going against managers with bags. But he watched film with Jordan Morgan, and that's where he said what he did about not seeing a whole lot that he needed to alter. This is a guy who knows what he's talking about. So do you. So does Brian Bulaga. But again, I feel like people that know more football than I do did not have rave reviews for his performance in the one game he played at left tackle last season in that expertly covered JV game in Minneapolis. But again, he's playing next to Lacita Smith or whoever he was next to at guard for most of that game. Like I don't know how to view that. And I don't know how to view that and what Brian has said in the past versus what Joe said after his trip to Green Bay.
Well, I think what Joe said was what a lot of us have said. And, yeah, you can look at the game against Minnesota, and it was really Jordan's first exclusive, this is what you're going to be doing, and you covered that game as well as anybody did. It was not as smooth as you'd hope, but that's to be expected. You have a different quarterback back there. I don't know what kind of game plan they put together. It was not great.
Right.
It was not.
But
that doesn't mean when you have a 3rd and 5, you got to block the D end. You got to block the guy that's coming at you. And I have not broken that tape down fastidiously like
it's a great word.
Brian or like you. But what I like is what we've said about Jordan Morgan is athletically he's there. He's got what you need.
Uh-huh.
Not many people do. He's a better athlete. Nothing against Shido. He's a better athlete and more athletic than Rasheed Walker. That's why he was drafted in the 1st round. That's why Shido was drafted in the 7th round. Shido was more consistent, and that's why he played. That's why Jordan didn't. So now, can you go from being a really high potential, good athlete to being a consistent, good offensive lineman? We don't know. But what we do know is the skill set is there to do it. And Joe watching film with him and doing that's great stuff. Joe has done that job better than almost anybody's ever done it in the league for an 11-year period of time. So I don't care if he's going against Bags. Obviously, you'd get a better evaluation if he's going against Sorrell or Micah Parsons or whomever else is up there. But this is where you're at, and all of those tangible things that was the reason he's drafted in the 1st round show up. That gives you a great opportunity to be a really good football player.
How much does this team's success ride on him being as good as Joe Thomas thinks he might be?
Well, I don't know if he needs to be as good as Joe thinks or we all hope he is. He needs to be, at worst, serviceable. And he needs to not have a ton of growing pains where you're going to end up, struggling early in a season, and that can hurt you down the road. It could hurt you from a player health standpoint. There's a lot on a left tackle now. That's why they get paid big money when they're great, because coaches want to sleep at night, as I always tell you. And nothing makes them less able to sleep a la Jesse Nelson and get up and start breaking down film at 2:30 than a left tackle that they know they're going to have to help and protect. When you have to protect the protector, that is not a good sign for your offense. And at least to start the season, they're going to have contingency plans in place. This is not going to be David Bakhtiari or Chad Clifton where it's like, go do your thing, baby, and then we can adjust and help everywhere else. This is going to be a case of let's wait and see how this goes, regardless of what he does in the preseason.
Speaking of something that you say all the time, I heard David Bakhtiari yesterday drop the tackles block ends. So that is that is something that was definitely emphasized to you guys throughout your careers. That is a catchphrase that all you guys have seared into your brains. Again, we will see how effectively Jordan Morgan blocks ends when he gets the opportunity. But he is such a pivotal piece for them. And if he's able to do that, exactly that job description without needing help and without needing protection slid over to him, Bulaga has talked about this before, and he talked about it yesterday too at our Casa thing. Like, if those two guys can just go out there and do that and you obviously did it with Cliffy for a long time, it just makes everything else easier. You can get more guys out into routes. You take some burden off the guys on the interior or give them some, like, it just changes everything. And I don't know what to make of the fact that they didn't play Jordan Morgan ahead of Rasheed Walker. And if it's simply that Jordan Morgan was more versatile than Rasheed Walker, and he goes out there now this year and plays his position, and he's great. I just don't believe that would be a reason why an NFL team wouldn't play the better left tackle at left tackle. That's where the disconnect is for me.
There is no disconnect. If Jordan Morgan was the best option and could be consistent enough to play left tackle last year, he would have.
Thank you.
Thank you for what?
Because I think that there is definitely a narrative that, it was because Sheeto wasn't as versatile as Jordan Morgan, so they played Jordan Morgan at a variety of places because he could do it, which, by the way, I guess he did do it. I don't know how adroitly he did it. I don't think he played it I just don't think I don't think coaches are wired to play a lesser player at a position so important because the better player is more versatile and they can play him elsewhere. That seems like bad thought process.
That's just not that doesn't align with reality. Tony Baselli, Joe Thomas, if you're good, if you're great, you ain't asked to be versatile. You're asked to be great. Okay? Let's not kid ourselves on any of that stuff. Now, if your versatility is part of your greatness, great. But that's not how this works, and that's Lawrence Taylor. You didn't ask him to drop into coverage because, rush the passer and kill people. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And versatility, if versatility was the key to everything, Doug Flutie'd be in the Hall of Fame. There is, you want your great players to be on the field playing great and locking that down. And obviously last year, Jordan Morgan was not consistent enough to take that job. That's what happened. And then you get put in a position to be versatile in order to get on the field. That's how that all worked out. So let's not kid ourselves and don't make things more complicated than they need to be. You can say what you want. The proof is always in the pudding.
Something I say all the time is how great Steinhafels is, and right now they've got their great Memorial Day sale, the biggest ever. It's happening right now, and if you've been thinking about upgrading your furniture, this is the time to do it. Right now, at Steinhafels, you'll save up to 30% store-wide, plus get $75 instant cash back for every $799 that you spend. And on top of that, you'll also score a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend over $3,000 on your purchase. If you need a new mattress, buy a premium mattress and get free premier delivery on your entire purchase. And you can check out their amazing doorbusters. Plus, with Steinhafels' 60-month 0% financing, it's even easier to bring it home now. The Memorial Day at Steinhafels is on now through Memorial Day. Relax. It's Steinhafels. Relax. More Wilde and Tausch. Straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day. The Cardless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Cardless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is Express Entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Enjoy Ozaukee County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
So last night, Sydney had a choir concert, and she sang a song from Aladdin. You ain't never had a friend like me. And now I'm thinking again of Aladdin because, Tausch, your wish is Jesse's command. He has...
I am your genie.
Being such a incredible...
You're not my genie.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not Larry Hagman.
No.
You're not my
He is so your Barbara Eden.
I am your genie. You rub
You
that.
are not
you
Barbara
rub that
Eden.
lamp, and I make your wishes
we're gonna
come
go down
true.
The road of rubbing now.
Yep, that's how
I
this
ain't
works
rubbing
around
your
here.
lamp.
Yep.
Let's just be very
Your
clear
wish
here.
is my
There ain't no
command.
lamp. That'll be out on your camping trip when you're out getting lamps rubbed. As far as all this goes, I have a quick question before Jesse plays this audio that he supposedly clipped at 2:30. On Wisconsin's Morning News this morning, the boys asked me, and we all know Pancake, who did a great job getting us that audio that I just talked about right before Jesse played
that was so good yesterday.
and then got upset with me because I was telling him how great Pancake is. He is exposing Oz the Mentalist, and he's doing
Who
a
is
full segment
Pancake
on
is?
Yeah, he's exposing because I guess
Pablo Torre
what's his
exposed
name?
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he exposed him, and everybody is like digging in. And now they're bringing on. They're going to expose all these magicians, how they do their tricks. And I'm thinking to myself, what are they harming? Why are you doing this? Like, The Prestige is a great movie.
It is a great movie. And Jesse's
But if they had done that earlier in the movie, I don't think I'd probably have liked the movie. What are they trying? Pancake doesn't want anybody to be able to do magic? And we got to, like, everything needs to get exposed?
Oh, who hurt you, Pancake? What did David Copperfield ever do to you?
What they have perfected a craft, and they've done this, and they bring a lot of joy to a lot of people and a lot of astonishment and awe.
Yeah.
And is this something that needs to really get delved into in a big, deep dive? Big School J guy?
Well,
is it?
I mean, first of all, I will admit I did not see this from Pablo Torre Finds Out. But what did we discover about what's the trick to Oz the Mentalist's trade?
Do you know it? I watched it.
I have not watched it. I want to watch it, so it doesn't bother me. Do you have to announce spoiler alert and tell people to mute their YouTube?
I don't even want to hear it. I might unplug and you guys can talk because I didn't listen. Obviously, they were doing that later in the show, and they asked if he should do it, and I said absolutely not. But they're going to do it anyways.
So they did it as well, and Pablo Torre obviously definitely did.
He's the one who actually did the work. Yeah. They use a phone, and he meets with the people that he's going to go on TV with beforehand. And there's something with how they plug stuff into the phone that he can figure out what their answers are, predetermined kind of things. It's not as spontaneous as it appears to be on TV. It's like a 4.5 minute.
Blank.
It's a 4.
Hey, by the way, TV shows are also scripted and planned. You didn't think there was any planning that went into it? Go ahead, Jell.
But go ahead.
I can tell you, this show has the least planning on anything, and if Oz the Mentalist really wants a test, come on over here, because there's no pre-show meeting here. So there's a 4.5 minute video explaining this. I don't know how to do it really succinctly, but basically there's a phone. They plug stuff in. He has them enter stuff. He meets with them ahead of time, and then he's able to look at it, and that's how he kind of understands where they're getting to the conclusion. He tricks them into entering the information, and then he can figure it out using some kind of formula, and then he makes it seem like it's a surprise thing when he does it on the show, but it's not because he figured out what it was beforehand.
So it's a ruse. It's a scam.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. The word fraud got used. Allegedly.
I mean,
well, the way the videos are
presented. Is he stealing money from people? Because isn't fraud stealing money from people?
Well, yeah. I'm guessing those NFL teams that bring him in pay him to do it.
Yeah,
but.
And they got their entertainment value out of it.
When I hear the word mentalist, I don't think he's like a superhero with some magic ability. Like, if you're a mentalist, the whole thing is
I'm glad we can agree he's not like Iron Man.
Right. Like, he's using deductive clues and things to figure it out. However he gets to that, I assume he has some type of formula. I've never cared to know what it is. Just like I know a magician isn't actually disappearing and evaporating into thin air and then showing up somewhere else, but it looks like they are, and that's cool. So I'm with Tausch. I don't really care to know how this works.
How does David Blaine do all the stuff he does?
Mirrors.
Is he a fraud, allegedly?
No, so here would be my issue with Oz the Mentalist.
Is David Copperfield a fraud, allegedly?
No, they are magicians, right? And magic.
They're entertainers.
Right, but I would argue when you present yourself as a mentalist, but when they show video clips of him doing this with teams, there's not it is you are led to believe that he walked into the room, had never met these people ever before in his life, and he did this, right? That is the way it is presented. And I have to admit, I wasn't sure if I thought maybe he was just brilliant at reading other human beings. and that was a skill that he was able to determine various tells that allowed him to do the things he did. The fact
that is what I thought too.
Right, and so to me, that's a little different than David Copperfield making the Statue of Liberty disappear in like the 1980s. I knew that the Statue of Liberty did not, in fact, disappear. Right? No one is actually being sawed in half on stage. But the way that is presented to us in the public, I thought he was reading these guys, and it was, I mean, they're always so stunned, right, on Hard Knocks. Oh!
Yeah?
Oh, how did he know the final score? And all, right? And so the idea that there is a pre-show meeting, if you will, not that we would know anything about that, and that while he doesn't explicitly ask them, but he gathers, his information gathering technique leads him to do these remarkable reveals. I do feel that's a little inauthentic. Fraud's a strong word. It's a very strong word, but it is not what I thought it was. Whereas magic what I think it is.
So you think he should have to give all of the money back that he's made from these?
No. Well,
if it's alleged, if it's fraud, that's what happens.
Well, that's a question for Pancake. I would just say that I am disappointed to learn that his process includes.
So you legitimately thought that he was out of thin air, just pulling this stuff out of his keister.
I thought he did a lot of I thought maybe he did research on players and got kind of an idea about what they're about, who they are.
Yeah, he did research by taking their phones. Allegedly.
I mean, I'm still not sure how he would, when he did that thing with the Jets on Hard Knocks, how he had like the score prediction, unless he asked them ahead of time. But I don't know if he met any of them ahead of time. So I feel like there's more to this story than the 4.5-minute clip that was shared, and it was all inspired by an appearance he did recently on The View, where he was like, he guessed someone's correct like ATM PIN number, and they were like freaking out about like he said it on the show, and they're like, "Wait a minute, you can't tell people what my
did he
ATM
empty their
PIN
bank account, because then that would be an issue."
He did not, but theoretically, if you say it in front of a studio audience or it gets leaked on TV or something, like that person, that host of The View, could be concerned about their, identity getting stolen, their money getting stolen from their account, like. So that's where this all kind of stemmed from.
Well, does that mean she or he gave him her PIN number before the show? Because then that's kind of on them. And that has been your discussion of Leroy Butler's view of the Packers-Bears rivalry.
I don't understand. I guess I don't understand. Like, this is entertainment. This is not real life.
I understand.
Right?
Again, you always talk about expectations and how they factor in, right? A.J. Hawk versus Blake Martinez, right? Draft status, expectations. He presents himself not as a magician, but as a mentalist who is reading people's minds, right? And I will admit, anytime an NFL team did something with him and they posted it, I watched it. Now, I feel like entering things or having players enter information on a phone to give him a starting point for reading their minds feels like cheating and feels a little more dishonest to me. Because I feel like I fell for the banana in the tailpipe on this more so than I would with an actual magician.
So should I feel the same way about watching back Ewing Oil or Dallas, and when Bobby came back from the dead? Like, is that similar?
Yeah, I saw that was the anniversary of that a couple days ago too. I noticed
they're both
that.
entertainment. Is that the same thing as how you're feeling about Oz?
No, because that's a scripted television program.
So
right?
is this.
Well, now it turns
this is scripted too.
But I didn't know that at the time. I knew Dallas, even at my young age. I knew it was pre-written, right? I thought this was all, mystifying, and I knew there was something behind it.
A better example might be like the reality shows. That might be more, because I thought they were real, and it turns out they were scripted. So like The Hills or Laguna Beach, more of a scripted reality than what this is, right?
I think that's actually a pretty good parallel. plausibly
why is everybody hating
realistic.
Oz so much then? Seems like everybody's hating
because
on
I
Oz.
feel like I got suckered a little bit. I got to be honest. I felt like I was dumb enough to fall for this, and now I feel a little bit bitter about it. And I'm assuming that's part of the reason why people who are being much more aggressive about
Kim
this.
Kardashian, isn't that the same thing? Like they're selling this reality show that's probably, or is that not the same?
So I would say I was not a Kardashian guy. I've never watched the show, but I will tell you when I was in college, I watched Real World, right, with Puck and that crew, and on MTV.
This is the only hockey talk you get on this show.
We had Oz on a week ago.
Puck,
the Mentalist,
not the Mentalist, no, and the hockey coach. Yeah, I just feel like I got duped a little more than I would have otherwise. And with the Real World, I thought that was early in the days of. I mean, if I was in college, obviously it was early in the days of reality TV. I did not think that was as scripted as it turned out to be either. So yeah.
So did we want to know this about Oz, or did we want to just keep getting?
I'm glad to know this now. Now I won't be falling for his shtick as much.
I think we should have Marco Siki join our show and see if he can read
what
our
about Dr. Oz,
every
too?
week.
He can be the mentalist.
And we'll just say every week have one. Hey,
Jeff
Goldblum.
Goldblum.
What number am I thinking
The
of?
Wizard of Oz?
7. Nope.
Well, maybe Jeff Probst after that debacle he had. Maybe he's going to be available. Who knows?
Spoiler alert. All right. Jesse had the remainder of the show planned.
Yeah, perfect. Love his planning.
You are not great.
Let me guess. Trivia next. Is my mentalist reading me? Is trivia next?
No, we gotta get to Leroy Butler.
I got to study Oz's way of doing it, and I can be right.
You know how ungrateful.
Well, maybe start by reading the show sheets, then you'd have the inside information.
Aladdin appreciated the wishes that his genie granted him. I grant you wishes, and you just don't even care. You just move on to the next thing that's on your mind.
Stop trying to make you my genie, okay? You're not my genie.
All right, AI, give me a picture of Jesse as I Dream of Genie and Tausch as Larry Hagman. That's my prompt.
No offense to Jesse. He ain't going to look as good. What was the actress's name that was Genie?
Barbara Eden.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Will Smith in the live-action version as well. Keep Jesse's name out your mouth. You know, the name that you do have, though, that you want to share is American Family Insurance.
American Family Insurance, proud partner of Wilde and Tausch. And, you know, playing in Green Bay for over a decade, I learned pretty quickly you got the right protection up front. You play with confidence. That's what American Family Insurance has been doing for almost 100 years, protecting your home, auto, and the dreams that you're building for your family so you can focus on what matters most. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
We will hear from Leroy Butler or maybe from Ed Helms. Next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
1896, Horicon Bank first opened its doors. Wisconsin wasn't even 50 years old.
We've maintained our roots over the years and yet expanded.
We empower our people to invest in the community. We give them 40 hours of volunteer time.
We're doing it with a personal touch, with a desire to say yes to our customers.
You shouldn't have to work with a bank that sends their profits to New York City or Toronto. You can keep your money here and it benefits Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
If this is going to be the last dance for Aaron Rodgers with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the NFL as a whole, I just don't see a point in the Pittsburgh Steelers going out there and allowing Rodgers to take up all the airspace when it comes to snaps in meaningful games, as opposed to allowing one of those young guys the opportunity to grow and learn and to see whether or not they can be a part of your long-term solution at the position. Because when I look at this Pittsburgh Steelers roster, it's a good team, but I don't expect that they're going to contend for a championship. I don't suspect that that's going to be the case. So if you're not playing championship football, which is the standard in Pittsburgh, then Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy have to be the two individuals that prepare the organization for the future.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit paypal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. You'll be surprised at how much you'll get for your trade at the Cunis Trade-Up event, happening now at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. That's right. Any make, any model, any condition. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus and take advantage of great new vehicle specials from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Looking for value? Shop over 3,000 pre-owned vehicles group-wide with models for every lifestyle and payments for every budget. Plus, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. The Cunis Trade-Up event is happening now. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. For a limited time only. Find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on. And unless Tausch has something else he'd like to discuss, that Oz the Mentalist discussion was actually good.
I was a little surprised you didn't. Did you read that Joe Thomas stuff the same way I did, talking about outside zone and all? Because we weren't much of an outside zone team last year.
Are we really not going to do Leroy Butler again?
No, I'm just curious. Well, Jesse, I texted you earlier in the show and kind of explained. We will hit Leroy because I thought it was really intriguing. But this was more intriguing from that whole conversation we had with Joe yesterday. And I am curious if that is something when you're talking about going back to the basics and stripping it down to the studs. And Josh Jacobs likes running the football a certain way, and I think Matt LaFleur has a different mindset on what that should look like. So, and I thought it was interesting that Joe mentioned that.
Yeah, I'm going to make a unilateral decision here, okay? Because I think this Leroy Butler stuff is really interesting, but I think it's also timeless, and I think we can use it next week when Jesse is flittering about the countryside.
Plus, I don't even think he cut the audio. If we're being honest.
No,
I don't think
he did. He doesn't. Jesse does a lot of things. Believe me, he does.
He does. Look at him. He's mad. Look at him.
He doesn't lie. I don't think he's a liar.
He's also sleeping because he's been up since 2 a.m. No, he does not lie. I agree with you on that. He is not a liar.
Okay. And so I do believe we have that cut. I do believe that it
like
probably
you think
merits.
Oz is. Like you think Oz.
Yeah, I don't think he's. Yeah, I would question the. Veracity of the things that he does now because of this story, and I can't wait to listen to Pablo Torre explain it to me further. I think we'll save Leroy Butler for next week because
I'd love Pablo to get into the Dan Le Batard Stu Gatz thing too. I'd love to hear how that all, because he's done a great job of breaking down sports media stuff. That story's very interesting to me.
What story?
Well, it's still Dan Le Batard and Stu Gatz. Stu Gatz hadn't been on the show, and he moved, he left. And Pablo's right there. I'd love for him to break down what actually happened, because I think, Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, they used to be on ESPN.
Yes.
They started their own company.
So for a long
and the show is still called, the show's still called Dan Le Batard and Stu Gatz, right?
The Dan Le Batard show with Stu Gatz was on.
And Stu Gatz hadn't been on there in a year.
No, and I don't.
Why not? And why is his name still on there?
Stu Gatz now works for a very different company. He is no longer part of that show, is my understanding. I don't follow it super closely, but I
think his name is still.
I don't know. I just see it as the Dan Le Batard show whenever I see it.
I'm going to say allegedly, just because I want to make sure I say allegedly. But I'd love for Pablo to break that down, too, because that's right in his backyard.
He works for that company, so I don't
Yeah,
think...
I know! But he is a arbiter of what's going on in the world, and I'd love for him to
So you want him
give
to
us
expose
some info.
company secrets or things that are being kept under wraps about the relationship between a host and a former host at a company that he works for?
Yes. Yep.
Would you like to do that about GKB while we're at it?
Good luck.
I'm not an investigative journalist, so no, I don't. That's not what I want to do.
All right, so here's what I have. Here's what I've decided. Okay.
Unilateral.
What else do you want to talk about, Tausch?
Again, let me be clear to those that are perhaps new to the show. This is how we operate, and it makes the show great. I am perfectly fine with the way Tausch's brain functions, and I am more than happy to adjust. That said, I want to get further into the zone thing, and I think we should even replay Joe's comments, but snip out. I know that's asking you to do extra work, Jesse, but you're going to be off all next week. Snip out the part about Jordan Morgan and just focus on the zone part, which is toward the end. I think we should start the 11 o'clock hour there. I think we should play trivia now. Jesse, what do you think of that plan? Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with that plan. I'm wondering how you would like me to work on snipping up that audio while I'm taking the trivia call. That's an interesting situation.
You can. I guess what I'm saying is that I don't know how the machine, the computer machine works back there, but you could set to hit play on the same clip you played earlier, but just start it at the point where he starts talking about the zone scheme.
Look at Jason taking over production value on the show. I like that.
Is that something that is easy to do for you?
Your wish is my command.
Da 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 da.
You never had a producer like me.
In fairness to you, that's actually very true. Sorry, Tony. We still love you. Did you just hit yourself in the face with that thing that you're throwing up and down? Okay. Just wondering. We will talk more zone scheme in the 11 o'clock hour. Plus, we'll get to Wo Nelly, and maybe we'll get to something from Matt Bowen that has been on the show sheet all week, and maybe we won't.
Literally,
but right now we're going to play trivia. Maybe we'll talk about the Bears Stadium. But what we will definitely do right now is play trivia. Jesse, what's your category? What's your caller?
Dodger Dogs. The L.A. Dodgers come to town for a 3-game set. Rematch of the NLCS from last year.
So Bark at the Park?
It is not.
Bark at the Park night?
Don't read too much into it. It was just something funny that had Dodgers in the name for questions about the LA Dodgers.
Haven't you been to a game there? I swear you said you've been to a game there.
I've had a Dodger dog. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. Traffic is a nightmare out there, though.
So the
Chavez Ravine.
The L.A. Dodgers, the subject of today's Wildy and Tausch trivia, with a big series this weekend at AmFam Field.
Caller 14. Caller 14, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 14 plays Wildy and Tausch trivia, presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf. Next, it's Wildy and Tausch.
Wildy and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Stay up to date on the green and gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
If you're a seafood lover, you've got to check out Sendik's 17th Annual Lobster Fest happening this weekend. One day only. Tomorrow, May 23rd, get live or cooked American lobsters, about a pound each, 2 for just $25. And to make the deal even sweeter, Sendik's is offering 2 free lobsters with qualifying purchases of rosé, prosecco, and select white wines. Get details at Sendik's.com. Starting today at 3 p.m., Sendik's famous shrimp and lobster boils are back. Just $15.99 for shrimp and $17.99 for lobster. The boils continue tomorrow and Sunday from 10 to 5. And if you love a great fish fry, try Sendik's Lobster Fish Fry today from 11 to 7 for just $16.99. Plus, enjoy lobster mac and cheese for just $8.99 per pound and lobster pot pies for only $9.99 each. It's all part of Sendik's 17th Annual Lobster Fest at all area Sendik's locations. Visit Sendik's.com for details. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Steinhoffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhoffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhoffel's.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
The Brewers' annual Pride Night is coming up Friday, June 12th, and everyone's invited to keep the Pride Month party going at the ballpark, featuring special events highlighting Milwaukee's LGBTQ community, like a local makers market, a national anthem performance by pop duo Reina, and more Pride activities all around American Family Field. This year's Brewers' Pride Night is a party you don't want to miss. Grab your seats today at brewers.com/community nights.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs, serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
You're listening to Wildy and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
for trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on. By Iron Jock, no stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. And by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
We welcome in our contestants. It is Mason in McFarland. Mason.
No. Whoa, we lost him.
What?
Uh-oh.
I just went to go put him on, and he's not here.
Oh, dear.
Oh, boy. All right.
How would you like to proceed, Jesse?
I will call him.
Or would you like me to make a unilateral decision?
No, I will call him just to stall for a minute. Talk about Oz the Mentalist.
Stall. How did that Oz the Mentalist thing come up on Wisconsin's Morning News? They had not already done the
they brought
topic,
it up.
right? They were getting ready to do it.
I think they were asking my opinion on whether I want to know that stuff, and it was more, do you want to know about these magic tricks and how they're done? Do you want to know how Oz does this, or do you want to just be amazed at how he pulls it off? And as long as there's no fraudulent behavior and you're not stealing stuff, I like the entertainment of it. So that's why I was kind of on the board of, I don't really want you to do this.
Would you like to know how to do magic tricks? Like, I think it would be fun to actually know how to do them.
No, I mean, I think anytime you can perform one, you're going to awe people.
Yeah.
But, no, you got to know. I like being entertained, too. So entertainment, yeah, it's good.
Thanks for noticing. Let's welcome in our contestant again. It is Mason in McFarland. Mason, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch Trivia. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you guys?
Why'd you hang up on Jesse, or did Jesse hang up on you?
My phone said call ended, so I think that's Jesse's.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let a baby gel.
Great to have you on the team, Mason.
If I was Mason, I would say the same thing. No hard feelings.
All right, question one, Mason. In Dodger Dogs trivia, no, it is not Bark at the Park night. No, we're not asking questions solely about their hot dogs, but the Dodgers are the Brewers' opponent. Question one is this. Shohei Ohtani's historic start in Game 4 of the NLCS against the Brewers featured which of these all-time stat lines? In that game, did he hit 3 home runs and strike out 10 batters? Did he hit 4 home runs and strike out 12 batters? Or did he set a record for 2 middle fingers raised to Brewers fans?
I'll go with A.
3 homers, 10 Ks is correct. Did he give the finger at all, Jesse? Did I miss that?
No, he did not, but it just felt like he did because it was the exclamation point on a beatdown of a series.
It was pretty impressive. There's no doubt about that. All right, question 2.
I mean, I don't know about other Brewers fans. I look back on it and I'm like, what are you going to do? That was an all-time, once-in-a-lifetime kind of night.
Well, in fairness, and you're not right about a lot of things, but again, Victory Lap Jesse should definitely take one for telling us that basically, if the Brewers did not win the World Series in 2023, they might as well just give up because Ohtani was going to the Dodgers. And they are 2 for 2 in World Series titles with Ohtani in Chavez Ravine with the Dodgers. So kudos to you. Are they going to three-peat, Jesse? Would you like to tell people
Probably.
that?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, thank you. All right, question 2, Mason, is this. Which Dodgers pitcher hit the decisive go-ahead home run in the 11th inning? Dodgers player.
Does not say pitcher.
Yeah. Thank you. Which Dodgers player hit the decisive go-ahead home run in the 11th inning of Game 7 of the World Series? It's a long question. Helping L.A. win back-to-back World Series titles in an epic comeback against the Toronto Blue Jays? Whew. Was that player Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Tucker, or Will Smith?
Oh, I'll go B.
Kyle Tucker? Will Smith, not the actor. Will Smith. Will Smith. All right, question 3 is even longer. Earlier this season, the Los Angeles Dodgers held a special theme night for a movie character. The ceremonial first pitch included the mascot of the movie character, the actor voicing the animated character in the movie, and a Dodgers player who shares the character's name. Which character was it? Was it Mad Max, Thor, or Yoshi?
Yoshi.
It's my favorite question of the week by a lot.
Well, then I'm glad that Mason got it right. Are you going to draw a winner right now, too, while you've got Mason on the line?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am. Mason's chips are in the
Has anyone ever
Mike,
actually
the wedding
won?
DJ.
Mike is not in it this week. We had a couple of first-time contestants in it this week, though.
Has anyone won it when you were drawing, when they were on the phone? Has this worked out for anyone yet?
Yes. I don't remember who, but yes.
Well, maybe it'll happen for you, Mason. Here we go.
Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, Vortex Golf. Congratulations.
Chip number 4.
Not Mason. Sorry, Mason. Don on the south side of Milwaukee on a Wisconsin geography Wednesday.
Johnny Boy
is our
won
big
the
winner.
Prize pack today. Mason, thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you, and I'm glad that Jesse was able to call you back after hanging up on you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good Memorial Day, and love the show.
Wildy and Tausch Trivia is presented by
Wrong
Vortex.
button.
No, we might as well let him tell us again about who presents
Why
Wildy
can't
and
we
Tausch
hear
Trivia.
more about Vortex and Cousins and
Wildy
Iron
and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on. By Iron Jock, no stink, just performance, and proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. And by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs. They believe in better.
I legit could have a full-on trivia day today. I'm going to golf later. I'm going to use my rangefinder. The only thing is those lightweight hoodies, which is what I have from Iron Jock, it's too cold. It's too cold to wear a little lightweight Iron Jock hoodie. But I think I'm going to do it anyways, and then we can grab a Cousin Sub on the way home. What a day, huh?
That's a full day.
That's a pretty good day.
That's what Jim Valvano used to talk about.
That's the Jim
right?
Valvano of golf. Would be it right there, wouldn't it?
Laugh.
You had a pretty
cry,
good day.
Think. Use your rangefinder. Wear your Iron Jock hoodie.
Have
and
a
eat
sub.
a Cousin Sub.
That's a hell of
I don't
a
know
day.
if we're going to hear from Leroy Butler or not. Frankly, at the top of the 11 o'clock hour, there's a chance of it. And if it does happen, it'll happen in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wildy and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wildy and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin.
An uninspired, cookie-cutter trade show booth is unlikely to move the needle.
Picture this. Lights, motion, energy, engagement. A space so bold it stops people mid-step.
That's what the award-winning team at Captivate Exhibits has been delivering for over 30 years.
From high-impact trade show exhibits to immersive lobbies, history walls, and culture-driven interiors, Captivate transforms ordinary square footage into unforgettable brand experiences.
Get started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Brewers went down to Chicago and swept their NL Central rival in the Chicago Cubs. In the third game of the series, David Hamilton got the offense going in the second inning with a Little League home run, thanks to an error by Pete Crow Armstrong.
Now the ball gets past PCA. Ortiz still running. He's going to score. Hamilton around third. He's on his way home. Here's the throw. Hamilton, head first slide, he's safe. 3 runs on one swing from David Hamilton.
Up next, the Crew returned to American Family Field for an NLCS rematch against the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm Will Summers.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 11 o'clock hour. Well, the Tausch begins now. It does not begin with Leroy Butler. As I said earlier, we're going to save that. So if you want to hear it and you missed it earlier in the week when Tausch was at the Tellurian Celebrity Golf Tournaments at Trapper's Turn in Wisconsin Dells, you can always find it in the ESPN Wisconsin app or on our YouTube channel, and, of course, wherever you get your podcasts. But
I got a funny anecdote from that thing, or not even an anecdote, a story that I think you guys will appreciate. So there's some guys that, obviously my knee's been bothering me. I'm hoping getting some treatment on it. That's what I've been doing. I'll be down there again next week, trying to get this thing all back and rolling so I can get back to doing everything I want to do.
Tausch's summer tour.
There is a lot of guys, a lot of older guys that can't even golf. Don the Magic Man, he's having another surgery. I'm not going to get into all the HIPAA stuff, but he's had a bunch of surgeries.
Yeah.
So there's some guys that they can only putt, right? They can't swing a club because swinging a golf club, while you don't think it's the most athletic thing, you got to have shoulders, you got to have your knees, all this stuff, right? There was a guy, and I'm not going to name names. He may have played second base for the Brewers back in the heyday. There's times where somebody will drive back in their golf cart and say, hey, I left my wedge. I was chipping, and I left it at the green, and I just got in the cart and I left, right?
Sure.
Or my head cover for my driver fell off, and or a towel.
Sure.
This was an all-time first. Somebody, the group ahead of us, comes driving back, and he says, hey, did I leave my putter behind? My putter. And I'm thinking, he doesn't have a golf bag. He's only got the putter. He lost his putter 3 times out on the course. He left his putter after he putted. So did he celebrate after a made putt and fling it in the air and then celebrate, get to his cart? There was no other club. How do you lose your putter 3 different times in a celebrity golf outing? Can anyone explain how that could happen?
Is this person also a green claymation character and a character that Eddie Murphy played on Saturday Night Live?
I don't know.
Gumby?
I don't do claymation. I don't know.
You don't know who Gumby is?
No, it's
I'm Gumby, damn it. Was it Jim Gander?
I don't know that, but I'm not going to get into who it may or may not have been. I just told you. I gave you one hint. You can deductively reason how that all shakes out.
How do you not know who Gumby is?
From Eddie Murphy? No.
Or from
I
the
don't.
claymation character? Like, I'm not saying you got to be a fan of those programs, but, like, you never came across that?
No. It's
Really?
an old pizza joint. There used to be a pizza joint called that. But
Yes,
we're
they
a
have
Pizza
great.
Hut family.
I don't know if they're around anymore.
We're a Pizza Hut joint in this family.
We are
You know that.
indeed.
So I was just dumbfounded because, listen, man, I've just to put it back on me, I was going out to go at a golf outing, and I was looking through, and I couldn't find my 7-iron. I called the course because I'd only been out one time prior, and I thought I must have left it at one of the holes. Nope, it was in my bag. I just missed it. So I'm an idiot. I've done that. I think we've all had.
You thought you lost your 7-iron, and it was in the bag?
It was in my golf bag.
And you chose to say this about this person and their putter, and you lost You lost a club inside your bag.
That is correct.
I think that's worse.
Maybe it might be, but I'm just still trying to fathom how you leave a putter behind, because you're probably carrying the putter, and then you bring the putter back to your cart, and you're sitting there BSing. I'm trying to get my head wrapped around how you could leave a putter behind.
I think it's pretty easy. Like, you're tending the pin.
I want you to explain it because I'm not saying this is like a negative. I want to learn.
So I walk up with my putter. We're on a team, so we're taking turns with the putt. The first guy makes the putt.
Yeah.
I set mine down. I'm going to go tend the pin because I'm slapping high fives and saying, nice putt. That was awesome. And then the other team takes a putt or two to finish up, and so a minute or two transpires. You start talking about how the lay of the land was. You forget it. You put the pin back in. Hey, what'd you guys have there? We had this. Oh, okay, cool. And then a beverage cart comes through. Oh, let's go grab something. You just forget about it. A lot happens in a short amount of time. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the explanation. I don't buy it, but I get what you're saying. When do you ever, if you're walking up to the green, when do you not have your putter in your hand? If you're putting in an outing like this, though, you're always going to have it in your hand.
Beverage cart.
Yeah, but the beverage cart's not on the green.
No, but if the beverage cart is coming through while you're on the green and you want to buy a round for your group, you're going to set your putter down. You're going to run back to the cart if you left your money there. You're going to run over and you got to have hands full to buy all the
so
drinks.
There's two options there. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. I want some reasons behind why this could have happened. You just gave me those, so I appreciate that. Jason has absolutely nothing to offer. Is trifecta the last golf outing you've been to that you've done?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. That explains a lot.
It's not the last time I played golf, but it was the last time I was in I believe, an official outing. Do you think we could talk about the zone blocking thing before Wonelli? Do you think we can do that still?
Yeah, for sure.
There's only one segment left before we do Wonelli and Feelgood Friday, so it has to be the next one, just so you know.
I'm all in. I'll make an executive decision. We're going to talk the outside zone. I want Jesse.
Is this
what bothers me? Hold up.
This
is what bothers me.
And you didn't want me making unilateral decisions?
No, this is what bothers me, though. I'm trying to help Jesse out. He said he was having a hard time clipping things, so he always is like, you didn't need to bring that up on air. Well, so I'm trying to be subtle about it and give him a little added time by bringing up O's and by doing this. And instead of you saying, thanks, Tausch, for helping me, you come out and say, why can't we just talk about outside zone? Which I don't really appreciate.
What's worse is when you say you want to talk about Leroy Butler at 9:30, and so I go through the hoops of making sure I have it ready to go 4 minutes later, and then we go 2.5 hours and we don't get to it. That's worse.
I didn't realize you're a big old hoop jumper. I didn't recognize that, the big hoop jumper.
I got all kinds of issues now because I really want to get to the zone blocking conversation that Joe Thomas revealed. But Geriad has sent us a photo of Jesse as as Aladdin's genie. And it's actually, I mean, again, AI can do a lot of things, including.
Oh, but it's not Larry Hagman's genie. Like that's the one I didn't want. I didn't want to ruin.
I understand
Barbara.
that. I think none of us really wanted that. This is pretty good. We'll have to get that up on the video stream before Wonelli as well. Before we can do that, and before we can talk about Joe's comment on the Packers getting back to their zone run scheme, I need to talk about your estate planning. And look, I'm with you. Okay, if I'm not here to scold you. Because if anybody needs to be scolded, it's me. I haven't done that. I haven't taken care of it. This isn't some advertising shtick either. It's the truth. And that's why I was so excited when Walney Legal Group became one of our partners, because now I get to go through the process with the experts in the area that I need the most help, and that is with estate planning. Wills, trusts, probate, elder care, and special needs planning. Walney does it all. They offer a customized, personalized experience, not a cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all solution. They call it an uncomfortable necessity, and that's exactly what it is. I don't want to think about why I need to do this, but I need to do this. And they make it smooth, easy, and as painless as possible, taking care of everything from start to finish. That's why they say it's lawyering the way it should be. So if you are like me and you are among the 84% of people who do not have appropriate current planning documents in place, well, change that, just like I'm changing it. Go to WalneyLegal.com, WALNY Legal.com. That is WalneyLegal.com to start the conversation, no matter what phase you're in. Maybe. I mean,
my God. Oh, my God.
For those with us on the video stream.
Oh, God.
That's me as the genie from Aladdin.
You ain't never had a friend like you.
Just for you, old boy. Mr. Mark Tauscher, sir.
Geriod, why'd you do this? We're not going to recover from...
I ain't never had a friend like T.
More Wildy and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wildy and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
This is Wildy and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Think you've got championship luck in your corner? 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee and Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are giving one lucky listener and a guest a chance to play in the ESPN Milwaukee Open. Listen weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. June 15th through the 17th and be the right caller to qualify. 15 listeners will each be paired with a golfer in the U.S. Open Championship, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Carbliss, the Jewelry Center, PCI, Captivate Exhibits, Welky's, Fifth Third Bank, Epic Color, and Jet Out.
Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Got a grad to celebrate? Make it easy with a Cousins Subs gift card. Buy $30 in gift cards and get a free 7.5-inch sub for you. Valid on any Deli Fresh or Classic sub. So while you're giving a great gift, you're getting one too. Simple, thoughtful, and way better than a card that gets tucked away. Stop by your local Cousins Subs today. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow, and now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel, and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply at 5/31/2026.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
The Crew take on the Dodgers Friday, May 22nd through Sunday the 24th. Join Boy Band Night on Friday the 22nd, presented by Wintrust. Grab a theme night ticket for a Brew Crew Boys t-shirt and stay for post-game fireworks presented by T-Mobile. Then on Saturday, the first 25,000 fans collect a patriotic Brewers hat. Close it out with Family Sunday fun as the first 5,000 kids 14 and under get a Brewers pennant on the 24th, courtesy of Joy. Grab your seats at brewers.com.
Life's better under our roof. At Grimaud & Associates with American Family Insurance, we know life isn't one size fits all. That's why we help protect what matters most: your home, your car, and the people who count on you. Ben Brust here for Grimaud & Associates. Bundle your home and auto insurance to simplify coverage and save on the policies you need most. Contact Grimaud & Associates Insurance today at 414-332-0838.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply.
Jesse, do me a favor. Just leave Tausch's mic off for a second. So we can hear from Joe Thomas talking about the Packers and what he learned during his visit as an ambassador for his beef from Hall of Fame Farms, which also led to some insight into the Packers' offense, we do believe. Here's Joe Thomas from yesterday's show.
I'm really hopeful for you guys. I'm not a huge Packer fan. I cheer for them as long as they're not playing against the Brownies. But I think that the offensive line is going to be one of their strengths this year. I think they really run that outside zone really, really well. Obviously, that's the core to what they're doing on offense. And it seems like Josh Jacobs is starting to understand how to run behind these guys with the outside zone. You know, he's typically more of like a power back with the pin pulls and the powers and the crack G's and stuff. But I think the outside zone is going to be something that they're going to be featuring with Josh, and he's going to be pretty comfortable running behind that line this year.
Tausch, your ears perked up when you heard that, and rightfully so. So did mine, because as interesting as his endorsement of Jordan Morgan might have been, this is what you and I have been talking about now for 2 years, about how this was the offense and this was how they wanted to run the football, and they adjusted it with much success, by the way, in 2024 for what Josh Jacobs preferred to do. But then in order for your play-action game, in order for all of the things that come off of the run game to work more effectively, that is bread and butter stuff like your, 98 blast used to say, is having that outside zone. When you hear Joe say this, what does it tell you about Matt LaFleur? What does it tell you about Josh Jacobs? And what does it tell you about your expectations for the run game going into 2026?
Well, it was interesting, again, as we heard it, that, again, for that is something I think Matt LaFleur really wants to do, and I think Jordan Love has had a lot of success with it. It tells me that maybe Josh Jacobs is going to be more open to it, because that outside zone play that I know Joe ran in Cleveland with Kyle Shanahan there, and that was a big part of why he was an advocate. And Joe nailed the pick of Matt LaFleur as the head coach before anybody did, if I remember right, on our show. So that's what Matt LaFleur wants to get back to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with some of the personnel and some of the different things, do I still think they're going to do some different deuce and different blocking schemes, duo, and all of the things that Josh Jacobs likes? Yes. But I think going back to what you said, bread and butter, down to the studs, square one, day one, all of the different, you can kind of label it whatever you want and however you want to. You want to have that staple thing that you can go to, and that could be part of your install one. And the fact that Joe's up there watching practice and watching film, he sees what is going on, and we have not seen that. I think the OTAs start up next week. I'm guessing you'll see some more under center, and what that looks like and how much of it you're going to do will be predicated on how successful it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guessing Matt LaFleur, that's one of the things he's studied and talked about and wants to re-implement and get back to those basic fundamentals, because all we heard about when he first got hired was marrying up that run and pass, make it look the same so that these linebackers and safeties are confused. And I don't care what he said, because I know you've asked him about this and other beat guys have, and he has said it shouldn't matter. It does. He knows it does. And balancing that along with Josh Jacobs' preferred way to run the football, I think is a big part of making this offense go from a pretty good group to being really good and dominant. And we'll see how that all shakes out.
He does say at the beginning there he thinks their offensive line is going to be really good. And again, I don't want to put too much into a one-day visit to the Don Hutson Center, but if he's right, and we have all, you, Blue, myself, have expressed our reservations about both the front line group and the depth. If he's right, then they are in for some really big things this year. But if Joe's one-day phase 2 practice visit is wrong, we are still concerned about how the functionality of this offense will look if their offensive line does not play at a high enough level. Is that a fair way to view it?
I think we all understand and kind of see, and we've not seen it in full frame, what this offense could be. But the offensive line will be, as it is with almost every team, it will be the driver of success or the reason for some failures that you have. Now, you can overcome some things, but in the long run, if you want to be a championship team, you have to be at least competent enough that you can execute what you need to do. And if we're being honest, even in that Bear playoff game, by the end, it was you were struggling there from a competency standpoint with just snaps and protection and all the other stuff. So this group will go. This offense can be okay if the line is average. They cannot be great if they're not. And that's where I think this group, I don't think it's going to be pretty right away, but I do think you're hoping guys are going to get more and more comfortable, and hopefully they can stay healthy, that this group can be better. Because the last 2 seasons, I would bet if you asked Matt LaFleur why the offense hasn't been up to where they need to be, I would guess the finger will be pointing right at that group.
We'll get to Woe Nelly coming up after I tell you about Milwaukee's Potawatomi Casino Hotel with those unbelievable rooms, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And then the food. You know that's my favorite part of Potawatomi. Whether it's the premium steaks at the Dream Dance Steakhouse, to the pizza, burritos, and quick bites at the Marketplace, to Rock and Brews, where I get my salmon every time I'm there, Canal Street Cafe, Cream City Coffee Company, and Ruyi Asian Kitchen, which I can't wait to try. They're all there, and they all have specials on foods and drinks happening all the time. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place. We will get to Wonelli as Jesse gets ready to embark on his trip. That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Steinhaffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free Premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhaffel's.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Toscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Some nights, you don't want a 4-course meal, you want a martini and maybe some fries. Girl Dinner at the Bar at St. Kate the Arts Hotel gets it. Every day from 4 until close, pull up a stool and enjoy a crisp Caesar salad, golden French fries with garlic aioli and ketchup, and one of St. Kate's signature martinis. Your call. No reservations required. You can learn more at stkatearts.com, stkatearts.com.
If you're a junior or senior, a graduating senior, or a parent of a high school basketball player with a goal of playing college basketball, visit the DME Academy Wisconsin program on the beautiful campus of St. John's in Delafield. Training starts in August with top flight coaches, facilities, and academics. You will play against the top players and teams and in front of college coaches across America. Ignite your dream of playing college basketball. Google DME at St. John's Northwestern Academy on the campus of St. John's in Delafield.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian. So loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Elbow Room Cedarburg starting at 5 p.m. on Saturday, May 23rd. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Stenny's Milwaukee, Social House, and Moran South Milwaukee. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Void where prohibited.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Time now for Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
That's kind of sad today, guys. This is the last show that we're going to be together all for a full week here because I'm going on vacation next week.
God, you deserve a vacation. I'm being serious.
I do.
You deserve a good vacation.
I agree.
Did you decide? So what are you going to do in Vermont? You going to go
all right,
suck down some Ben & Jerry's?
I honestly don't remember if we had this conversation on air or only off air when we were driving back from the Hard Rock one of those days that we were down there. We are going out to Boston and the Northeast.
Think I'll go to Boston.
I am shipping up to Boston. I got ready for the big Boston trip by falling asleep watching The Departed last night on Hulu. So I'm in mid-season form for bringing the accent out when we go to Fenway Park and go see Paul Revere and all that stuff up there.
Freedom Trail.
That's right.
So just so we understand this, Becca and her girls go out early and leave the boys behind, and then you go out and meet her. That's how this trip goes.
Correct,
right?
yes. They left this morning, sent them on their merry way, and then while Becca's out and her friends are gone, I invited all my college friends up. I said, let's have boys' weekend. So we got boys' weekend this weekend.
Boys' weekend.
Heck yeah.
What is that? You got to smoke some meat, drink some cold beers, and maybe do a little golfing?
Fire up the grill, maybe throw some steaks on there, get some cold beers in hand in the backyard.
Yeah.
Go over to Bratfest here in Mad. Never been to Bratfest, so we might go over to Bratfest.
You've never been
does
to
anybody else not love?
Even
Does
I've been to
anybody else not love the
Bratfest.
fact that Memorial Day weekend isn't the last weekend in May?
It's kind of weird.
I don't love it.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't like. It's too early. It's too early. I keep thinking next weekend's Memorial Day, and then the kids should be out of school, and now they're not out. They got another 2 weeks, and I don't like it. Somebody explain why, but I don't like it.
Well, Tausch, it's because Memorial Day is always the last Monday in May, and it just so happens that that's like the earliest possible date that it can be on May 25th this year.
Yeah, I don't like it. Okay, but I don't like it.
So
But
anyway,
thank you to all those who sacrificed their lives so we can have our freedom.
There is that. So, I'm flying out to Boston. Is it IPT?
Are you still telling this story?
Yeah, well, I had a question I wanted to ask you because I want to see if I can fool anybody the way that I did when I first met Becca
Oh, my God.
at Maury's Bar in Beaver Dam. Is it IPT for me to use my Boston accent talking to people when I'm out in Boston in the middle of next week? Like, we're going
No.
at Fenway Park. Can I talk
Awesome.
like this the whole night and see if I can blend in or if everybody's going to be like, that loser is a poser?
I think you should be the loser and the poser is what I think you should do. And especially on your flight. Like when you're flying out of Milwaukee, you need to really ramp
Yeah.
up. Go get a Celtics jersey, rock a Red Sox cap, and just go full immersed into your Bostonian accent that you got.
Jaylen Brown for Giannis, straight up. Who says no, huh?
I do. Bucks.
Yeah.
Bucks say no.
Fair.
Well, not Boston Jesse, though. Boston Jesse would not say no.
You
So
should
he'd be
want
pushing
Giannis.
for that.
Yeah, I would agree.
So
what are y'all doing out there?
Yeah,
Because
so
you're
we're-
going to do the Freedom Trail, right?
So we've got like 2 nights in Boston. We're going to the Red Sox game. We're going to go to the Freedom Trail. We'd have like a food and history tour. So you like walk the Freedom Trail, see all that stuff, and then, by the way, here's a coffee and a pastrami sandwich or something like that. I don't know.
No, but you know what I love about the Freedom Trail? There's something about the Freedom Trail. So you walk around Boston, there's these different restaurants, and there's different things. And I just love the fact there's a Starbucks right where Paul Revere got a Starbucks before he went and did the ride.
Well, he needed the
it's a
caffeine
really
boost.
good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Needed a little latte to tell everybody the British were coming.
It was a late night that night. A little extra boost, yeah. We're then going up to Acadia National Park. You were there, right?
Oh, Mr.
Blueberry
National
Country.
Park.
Oh,
Blueberry.
it's the scene of the blueberry crime.
You need to, and I think you're too early, but if you can find a road pie, go get you a road pie. And I'm sure there's got to be but something's got to be up and at 'em already up there in the Boston area or in the Acadia area. But that'd be awesome.
For those who weren't with us 5 years ago or whenever that was, because not everybody listens every year, what's a road pie?
It's where you see a sign that there's homemade pies being made out of somebody's house. And I don't care. I hate backtracking, as you all well know.
We do.
I would argue we went on that trip. We did a bunch of cool stuff. We went and we caught lobster in the cages, and then we ate it. All everybody can remember is getting that hot blueberry pie from that young lady that was on the back porch. The steam coming up off of it right on the back windowsill. We grabbed it, and we went spoons and forks down in the back of the rental car, and we ate that full pie. We had 8 of us, and we ate that pie right on the tail. We tailgated eating that blueberry pie, and it was piping hot, and it was good.
And it cost $30.
It's probably doubled in price since then, too. We got a heck of a deal on that pie, now that I think back.
$30 was a deal.
Now? You think Jesse finds a pie in pie country? You think he's getting it for $30?
Not a chance.
No way.
No way.
No.
I don't think Jesse's getting a pie, period.
Rhubarb. There's got to be good rhubarb up there. Rhubarb's got to be piping.
A couple of quick hitters here. So we're going to the Red Sox game. They're playing the Braves. What should I wear? Do I wear like red to pretend like I blend in, or do I wear
Drake Baldwin? No, you rock Drake Baldwin's
You want me to
jersey.
fake a Boston accent while I'm at Fenway Park, but wear a road uniform when I'm at the game?
Yes.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Boston Braves.
No, you need to go to the nearest Goodwill when you're in Boston and find some obscure donated old, like Tony Canigliaro, whatever
Big
it might
Poppy?
be, jersey.
Might a Big Poppy jersey?
Yeah, something that somebody's dumped.
Bruce
and
Hurst.
you can get it for $3.
You need to get a Bruce Hurst jersey.
Jerry
the old
Remy.
lefty.
Nomar Garciaparra?
Mike Stanley. Oh, no. Oil Can
Nomar.
Boyd. That's who you go. Oil Can Boyd.
Louis
Dennis
Tiant.
Calvin Schiraldi.
Oh, nice one. How about a Buckner one? How about you wear Bill Buckner?
I get a Billy Buckner jersey. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, you're a second baseman, Marty Barrett. You got to get Marty Barrett's old jersey.
Wow.
I'm sorry, who?
Nomar. You get Nomar.
I said Nomar Garciaparra. That one makes the most sense.
Nomad'd be a
I
good
can walk
one.
around, hey, look at me. I got my
Jim
Nomar jersey.
Rice. Jim Rice would be a good one, too.
When we go to Acadia, it's going to be my first real-time camping. Any advice for camping Jesse? Because I'm not really...
That ain't going to go well for you.
I wouldn't expect it to.
No, it's not going to go well.
Yeah.
You going to old school it, or are you going to bring sandwiches? You only eat what you kill when you're out there.
Oh, jeez.
No, we are not doing that. We have jerky and tuna and chips and stuff like that. Yeah, a little thing of tuna. No?
Take a fishing pole, go catch the fish, and cook them over an open fire.
Chicken of the sea. All right, enough about my vacation.
I don't see the camping going well for you.
No, I don't either. I think it's going to go quite poorly.
So let's just be you and Becca camping?
And her 2 friends will be there, too, because they're road tripping together out that way.
All one tent, huh?
No, there are 2 tents.
Oh,
2
okay.
tents. Yeah.
Why are you getting so tense?
I've always said you're 2 tenths.
Good one.
Not the first time I've heard that. Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
When I return from vacation, NBA enthusiast Mark Tauscher, the 2 teams who will be ready to square off in the NBA Finals will be the blank and the blank. Fill them in.
Spurs in New York.
Yep. Even though I want it to be the Cavs, that's not going to happen.
No love for Oklahoma City.
No, I think Oklahoma. I don't want them to win, but I wouldn't be now that is Harper the one that's out. I think Harper.
Yeah,
got
Harper
hurt.
left the
Him
game.
being
the
out
game,
is that's going to crush. That's the reason I might stick with Oklahoma City. But there'll be some good home cooking for Wemby. They won't be able to bully ball him like they did last game. And if they call a lot of fouls and get these guys in foul trouble, I think Wemby's just too dang good. He's too dang good.
Tausch is big on Wemby. He's definitely on board with that. Jesse, will you watch any sports while you're there?
Well, yeah, they'll be at Fenway Park on Wednesday night.
I mean,
like, watching the Sox.
You're going to watch those games,
Yeah.
the NBA games that you'll be up to speed on.
If the C's and the B's was still in it, we'd probably be more invested up in the Northeast. But since they're not, they got eliminated already.
I'm already fast-forwarding a week.
On the football season already. Huh?
So what it's going to be like when he comes back after being immersed in the – it's like when you go to – it's like an immersion program for a foreign language. This is for a dialect.
Where is Foxborough relative to Boston? Is that like close?
Oh, my God, would you stop?
Can I go up and say hi to Bobby Kraft, Mr. Kraft? Can I say, hey, Mr. Kraft?
Yeah, Mr. Kraft.
I'm here. Just wanted to say hi.
You guys going to get massages when you're up there?
A massage? Oh, no, probably not. Probably not going to get a massage.
Ask Bob if there's a good massage.
I will not ask Bob for a recommendation on a massage. That seems inappropriate. Yeah.
All right. That would be inappropriate.
Spent a little time with Rabes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking for some companionship. That's it for Wonelli. We'll wrap up the week.
I heard you're his new favorite beat writer, Jason. I heard you might be in line for the new beat writer spot.
No, I don't think so. I'm sticking with this gig. It's pretty good. We'll wrap up the week and wrap up the show with Feelgood Friday. Painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Remember how you felt when you were 25? Your morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and we know the best place to watch a Brewers game is at the ballpark, but the second best place on earth to watch a Brewers game is X-Golf in Brookfield or X-Golf in Mequon all season long. During Brewers games, whether it's during the day, whether it's at night, you get 50% off your sim time. They have $2 Miller Lite taps and have club-level Brewers ticket giveaways all season long. Don't miss out at X-Golf in Brookfield and X-Golf in Mequon. It's the second best place on earth to watch a Brewers game.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
Life's better under our roof. At Grimal & Associates with American Family Insurance, we know life isn't one size fits all. That's why we help protect what matters most: your home, your car, and the people who count on you. Ben Brust here for Grimal & Associates. Bundle your home and auto insurance to simplify coverage and save on the policies you need most. Contact Grimal & Associates Insurance today at 414-332-0838.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply.
Golf with the greats this June 5th and 6th at the Lombardi Golf Classic. This is your chance to golf alongside sports stars like Jared Aberderis, Brandon Jennings, Jonathan Lucroy, and Derek Watt, while supporting cancer research and treatment through the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation. Each foursome golfs a Friday practice round and enjoys the golf gala that evening, then competes in the 18-hole tournament on Saturday with a celebrity partner. Learn more and sign up at lombardifoundation.org. That's lombardifoundation.org.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Time for Feelgood Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. And I'm going to take the ball on this one. Yesterday, I got to do something that I've been doing now for the last 4 or 5 years. And I mentioned it earlier in the show. Corey Lindsley and his wife Anna were longtime, pardon the pun, advocates for CASA of Brown County, which is court-appointed special advocates. It's basically for children that are in the foster system, and there are some challenges that they're dealing with, and Corey does a much better job of explaining it. But our teammate Brian Bulaga the last several years, because we do an auction for their fundraiser, and they auction off this chalk talk with my name on it, and I think we all can agree that no one's paying top dollar to just talk to me. So Corey and Brian are great, and yesterday, as I mentioned earlier in the show, we surprised Dr. Dave and his crew with an appearance from David Bakhtiari as well. So I just wanted to thank all three of those guys for helping the cause, and obviously to Anna and Corey, who do so much great work. They have now gotten extensively involved with the CASA group out in Orange County because they live in LA, the LA area, but CASABC.org is the website for CASA here in Brown County, or you can help wherever you live. They've got groups everywhere. So you're mentoring and you're helping kids' lives, and it's a great, great thing. And I just think it's awesome that Corey and Anna did this, because I didn't know anything about it until they got involved. All right, that's it for us this week. Jesse will enjoy his vacation. We'll have the young Riley Yauk in as our cousin sub of the day.
Riley Yauk next week. Hey, kid, how's it going there? Hey, back from Hoover, Alabama.
Jesse, I hope you have a pie. I hope I see on Instagram you wolfing down a pie and the juice is just flowing.
I'll be on the lookout for a good old pie. I'll see you from Boston, and then I'll see you in June, huh? I'll look forward to AmFam Champ Week, huh?
Have a great trip. I am already ruining the day that you come back.
You a co-op?
Not because the show won't be better, but because you're going to talk like this the entire time. That's it for us.
Brewers fans, this is your flawless moment. Carmeless is sending you to